Good morning, friends. I'm Arthur, and I need to start today's show with a confession that might shock you. I received over 200 emails from viewers sharing the same terrifying secret. They're 60 years old with virtually nothing saved for retirement, and they're absolutely panicking about their future. One viewer wrote, "Arthur, I'm 62, worked my whole life, but between raising kids, medical bills, and helping aging parents, I have only $8,000 to my name. I'm terrified I'll be working until I die." Another said, "I thought Social Security would be enough. Now I realize I'm facing poverty in old age." Today, I'm joined by Janet Rodriguez, a financial strategist who specializes in what she calls retirement miracles, helping people who thought it was too late to build security in their final working years. Janet, when someone walks into your office at 60 with almost nothing saved, what's the first thing you tell them?
The first thing I tell them is this: you're not alone, you're not a failure, and most importantly, you're not out of options. Every week, I meet successful, hardworking people who find themselves in this exact situation. Life happened: divorces, medical emergencies, caring for parents, supporting children longer than expected. But I've seen people transform their financial futures in just 5 to 7 years.
Janet, that's incredibly reassuring, but I have to ask, realistically, what kind of transformation are we talking about? Can someone really build meaningful retirement security starting at 60?
Absolutely, but it requires what I call strategic intensity, making very deliberate choices for the next 5 to 10 years. I've helped clients go from zero savings at 60 to having $200,000 or more by age 67. It's not magic, it's mathematics combined with smart strategies that most people never consider.
$200,000 in 7 years, starting from nothing? Janet, our viewers need to hear how that's possible. But first, I imagine you see a lot of shame and fear in people facing this situation.
The shame is the biggest obstacle I encounter. People feel like they've failed, like they're the only ones who didn't figure out retirement planning. But when I show them that nearly half of Americans are in similar situations, and more importantly, when I show them their options, hope replaces fear very quickly.
Janet, let's dive into your top recommendations. What's the first strategy that can make the biggest impact?
The number one strategy is maximizing Social Security through strategic timing. Most people don't realize that delaying Social Security from age 62 to age 70 can increase their monthly benefits by 75%. For someone who would get $1,500 at 62, waiting until 70 means getting $2,625 per month for life. If you have no savings at 60, working until 70 and delaying Social Security can literally add hundreds of thousands of dollars to your lifetime retirement income. It's the single most powerful tool available to people in this situation.
But Janet, many people feel pressure to take Social Security early, especially if they have no other income sources.
I understand that pressure, but taking Social Security at 62 with no other savings is often a financial disaster. Instead, I help clients find ways to bridge those 8 years: part-time work, spousal benefits, even strategic use of credit in some cases, because the payoff is enormous.
Can you give us a specific example of how this strategy transformed someone's retirement?
Absolutely. I had a client, Maria, who came to me at 61 with $12,000 in savings. She was planning to take Social Security immediately. Instead, we found her part-time work that she enjoyed, delayed her Social Security until 70, and the difference was $1,100 more per month for life. Over a 20-year retirement, that's an extra $264,000.
That's incredible. What if someone is already 62 or 65? Is it too late for this strategy?
Even at 65, delaying until 70 increases benefits by 32%. And here's something many people don't know. If you've already started taking Social Security but haven't reached full retirement age, you can withdraw your application, pay back what you've received, and restart at a higher amount later.
Janet, what's your second major recommendation for people at 60 with no savings?
Unlock the wealth in your home. For many people with no retirement savings, their home is actually their largest asset. They just can't access it easily. There are several strategies here that can be game-changing. First, consider downsizing. If you're living in a $300,000 home and downsize to a $150,000 home, you've just created $150,000 in retirement capital. Invested conservatively, that generates $6,000 to $7,000 annually in income.
What about people who are emotionally attached to their homes or don't want to move?
That's where reverse mortgages become an option, despite their controversial reputation. For the right person, someone who plans to stay in their home long-term and needs additional income, reverse mortgages can provide monthly payments or a line of credit without monthly payments.
I've heard terrible things about reverse mortgages. Are they really a good option?
The bad reputation comes from predatory lending in the past. Today's reverse mortgages have much stronger consumer protections. For someone with no savings who owns their home outright, a reverse mortgage can provide $1,000 to $2,000 monthly income for life. It's not for everyone, but it can be a lifeline.
Are there other ways to access home equity?
Yes, renting out rooms, converting garages to rental units, or even moving to a less expensive area where your home equity stretches further. I've seen clients move from California to Texas and suddenly have $200,000 more to invest because of the cost of living difference.
Janet, what about earning potential? Can people really increase their income significantly at 60?
This is crucial. Your 60s can actually be your highest earning years if you're strategic about it. Many people have skills and experience that are incredibly valuable, but they're not packaging or marketing them effectively. I encourage clients to think beyond traditional employment. Consulting in your field of expertise, teaching or training others, starting a small business based on your knowledge, these can often pay more per hour than your previous job.
But starting a business at 60 sounds risky for someone with no savings.
I'm not talking about capital-intensive businesses. I'm talking about knowledge-based businesses with minimal startup costs. A client who was a retired HR manager now does consulting and makes $75 per hour. Another who was a nurse started teaching CPR classes and earns $40,000 annually working part-time.
What about people who don't think they have marketable skills?
Everyone has marketable skills. They just might not recognize them. Are you good with children? Become a nanny or tutor. Do you have a reliable car? Drive for rideshare or delivery services. The gig economy has created opportunities that didn't exist when our generation was starting careers.
How significant can these income increases be?
I've seen people double their income by transitioning from traditional employment to strategic self-employment, going from $40,000 to $80,000 annually for even 5 years creates $200,000 in additional earning potential, money that can go directly into retirement savings.
Janet, let's talk about actually saving money. What options do people over 60 have?
This is where catch-up contributions become powerful. People over 50 can contribute an extra $7,500 to 401ks and an extra $1,000 to IRAs beyond the normal limits. At 60, you should be maximizing these contributions, if at all possible. For 2024, that means you can contribute $30,000 to a 401k and $8,000 to an IRA. If you can manage even half of that for 7 years, you're looking at over $100,000 in savings plus growth.
But for someone with no savings, finding $30,000 annually to save seems impossible.
You're right. It requires sacrifice and strategic thinking. This might mean taking on additional work specifically to fund retirement savings, living well below your means, or making significant lifestyle changes. But remember, this is temporary intensity for long-term security.
What if someone's employer doesn't offer a 401k?
Then we use IRAs and potentially SEP IRAs if they have self-employment income. The key is using every tax-advantaged vehicle available. Even saving $500 monthly for 7 years with modest growth creates over $45,000, which is infinitely better than zero.
Should people be investing aggressively at this age?
This is controversial, but I often recommend more aggressive investing than traditional vices suggest. If you have 7 to 10 years until you need the money and you're starting from zero, you may need to accept more risk to build meaningful wealth. Conservative investing won't get you where you need to be.
Janet, let's talk about the expense side. How can people dramatically reduce their spending?
Extreme frugality is essential when you're starting retirement planning at 60. This isn't about clipping coupons. It's about fundamentally restructuring your lifestyle to maximize savings. Every dollar you don't spend is a dollar that can grow for retirement. I help clients conduct what I call a financial autopsy, examining every expense and categorizing it as essential, helpful, or lifestyle. Everything in the lifestyle category gets eliminated during the wealth building phase.
Can you give us specific examples of where people can cut expenses?
Absolutely. Transportation is huge. Sell expensive cars and buy reliable used vehicles. Housing costs. Downsize. Get roommates or move to lower cost areas. Eliminate all subscription services. Eat out rarely. Shop secondhand. Grow your own food. I've seen people cut their expenses by 50% or more.
That sounds like a pretty dramatic lifestyle change.
It is, but it's temporary. I tell clients, live like no one else for 5 years so you can live like everyone else for the rest of your life. The alternative is working until you die or living in poverty during retirement.
What about healthcare costs? Those seem unavoidable.
Healthcare planning is crucial. Understand your Medicare options, consider health savings accounts if eligible, and factor healthcare costs into your retirement planning. Many people underestimate healthcare expenses, which can destroy retirement security.
Janet, what about married couples facing this situation?
Spousal strategies can be incredibly powerful. Married couples have options that single people don't have, and they need to coordinate their approach strategically. For example, one spouse might delay Social Security until 70, while the other takes spousal benefits. Or one spouse might continue working while the other starts a business or goes back to school for higher earning potential.
How do spousal Social Security benefits work?
A spouse can receive up to 50% of their partner's Social Security benefit, even if they never worked or had low earnings. By coordinating when each spouse claims benefits, couples can often maximize their total Social Security income significantly.
What about divorced people? Do they have any spousal benefit options?
Yes. If you were married for at least 10 years and are currently unmarried, you may be eligible for benefits based on your ex-spouse's earnings record. Many people don't know about this option, and it can provide substantial additional income.
Are there other ways married couples can work together on retirement planning?
Absolutely. One spouse might focus on maximizing 401k contributions, while the other builds a business. Or they might coordinate their career changes, one taking a lower-paying but more fulfilling job, while the other maximizes earnings. The key is thinking strategically as a team.
Janet, you mentioned education earlier. Is it really worth going back to school at 60?
Strategic education can provide incredible returns, but it has to be focused on immediate income potential. I'm not talking about getting a 4-year degree. I'm talking about certifications, licenses, or skills that directly translate to higher earnings. Real estate licenses, tax preparation certification, project management credentials, digital marketing skills. These can often be obtained in months rather than years and can dramatically increase earning potential.
What kind of return on investment can people expect?
I've seen people invest $5,000 in certification programs and increase their annual income by $20,000 to $30,000. That's a return that no stock market investment can guarantee.
Are there age-related barriers to this kind of career development?
There can be, but there are also advantages. Older workers bring reliability, experience, and wisdom that many employers value. The key is positioning yourself in fields that value experience over youth. Consulting, training, advisory roles.
What about technology skills? Are they important at this age?
Absolutely crucial. Basic computer skills, social media marketing, online sales platforms, these skills can open up income opportunities that didn't exist even 5 years ago. Many seniors are afraid of technology, but those who embrace it have significant advantages.
Janet, how does health planning factor into retirement preparation at 60?
Health is wealth in retirement. Poor health can destroy even the best financial plans through medical costs and lost earning potential. At 60, investing in your health is investing in your financial future. This means regular preventative care, maintaining physical fitness, managing chronic conditions aggressively, and making lifestyle changes that prevent expensive health problems later.
How do health and finances connect in retirement planning?
Every health problem you prevent potentially saves thousands in medical costs. Every year you can work because you're healthy is another year of income and delayed benefit claiming. I've seen people add $100,000 to their retirement security simply by staying healthy enough to work until 67, instead of being forced to retire at 62.
What specific health investments do you recommend?
Dental care. Tooth problems can force expensive treatments. Vision care. Good eyesight means continued ability to work. Fitness programs. Strength and balance prevent falls and injuries. Mental health support. Depression and anxiety can derail the best financial plans.
Are these health investments expensive?
Much less expensive than the alternatives. A gym membership costs $50 monthly, but can prevent thousands in medical costs. Preventative dental care costs hundreds, but prevents procedures that cost thousands. Think of health spending as insurance premiums for your financial future.
Janet, as we wrap up, what are your final pieces of advice for someone at 60 with no retirement savings?
First, don't panic, but do act urgently. Every month you delay planning is a month of lost opportunity. Second, think in terms of systems, not just goals. Create systems for earning more, spending less, and saving aggressively. Third, be willing to make dramatic changes. Traditional retirement advice doesn't work when you're starting at 60 with nothing. You need unconventional strategies and the courage to implement them.
What gives you hope when you're working with people in this situation?
I've seen too many success stories to be pessimistic. People are more resilient and capable than they realize. When someone gets clear on their options and commits to taking action, amazing transformations happen. It's not easy, but it's absolutely possible.
Any final words of encouragement?
Your situation is not hopeless. You have options, you have time, and you have the wisdom that comes with 60 years of life experience. Use that wisdom, implement these strategies, and create the retirement security you deserve.
Before we go, folks, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This information could literally save your retirement. Share this video with anyone facing similar challenges. They need to know that it's not too late. Janet, thank you for showing us that even at 60, financial transformation is possible.
Thank you, Arthur. Remember, everyone, it's not about where you start, it's about the actions you take from this moment forward.
Until next time, this is Senior Strength Show, where we prove that it's never too late to secure your future.